It's a rich and varied race that Manfred Qua has concocted for the competitors for this 10th stage of the Africa Eco Race. Another special stage with breathtaking landscapes, 90% sand across dunes and tracks. The competitors had to cross a number of dunes of varying difficulty on this loop stage. Today saw them cross 456 kilometers of timed special stage between Ouadnaga and Tevirit. He left first this morning. Javier Flick was thus studying first tracks, a difficult job that saw him lose a bit of time compared to competitors. He still finished fifth. We wanted to know what the technique is for riding in soft sand.
Eh ben, il faut pas s'arrêter.
You need to keep going, let it roll. You mustn't let the bike stop. Don't make big changes. The more you go, the easier it is. As usual, we find together at the finish line the inseparable Ulvasta and Tavares. Since week one, they have ridden together and crossed the finish line together. They are third and fourth. After an uncharacteristically poor performance yesterday, Giurini started sixth, and the Italian has nothing to lose, so he may as well go for it. It was an incredible stage today. The most difficult since the start of the rally.
Bien sûr.
During the first part of the special, there was a lot of dust because I left sixth.
Il y a beaucoup de poussière.
When I overtook the other riders, I went for it, hoping that Svitko might make a little mistake, but he rode well. Me, I've had a great special, and I finished second.
Voilà, j'ai fait un bon spécial et on reste là-bas deuxième.
And for the third time at the rally, the scratch is set by Svitko. The Slovak had the best stage of his rally career today in the Mauritanian sand. He didn't hide his happiness at having completed the final long stage of the rally. Let's review the classifications for this 10th stage. Victories for Svitko with a time of 5 hours, 21 minutes and 11 seconds. Giurini is second, then Ulvasta, Tavares, Flick and Wallace follow. In the general, Svitko still leads. Giurini remains second, and Javier Flick is the first Motul Extreme rider and third overall, ahead of Ulvasta, Tavares and Wallace. The sand was horribly soft, so he had to deflate his tyres to the minimum possible pressure. He was cautious to make sure he didn't roll on the sand dunes. His objective was achieved: to finish the day. There are some stories that really touch you. A year ago, Dominic Loro was buried, and today his friends are remembering him. It will stay in history, and I have tears in my eyes because we lost our friend almost exactly a year ago to the day. He would have loved to do this special because it was a special that you had to fight through. He was a fighter, a carnot, whether circuit or rally raid like this. And the circumstances of this special stage, which were difficult, meant that 15 or 20 kilometers from the finish, we found ourselves with Philippe Gosselin, who was first overall, but whose gearbox had gone. Mine is only half working, my engine is tired. Since he is the leader of the general, we decided to tow him, for him, the memory of Dominique. We broke this tow strap 2 or 3 times over the final 15 kilometers. We stalled, the car wouldn't start, I couldn't get up any more speed. And I don't know by what miracle, but I know it's him, up there, undoubtedly, which gave us this helping hand, which ensured that we crossed the finish line. Thank you, Dominique, we are thinking of you. David Gerard finishes second behind an SSV, that of Eric Sciano and Camille Pourchier. It was also an emotional finish for these two when they realised that they had said scratch.
C'est Thierry qui vient de m'annoncer
It's Thierry that came to tell me that we had won the scratch.
J'y crois même pas.
I don't even believe it. In front of the Optimus.
Devant tous les SSV.
They had breakdowns in front of all the SSVs. For me, this is a total surprise.
Qu'est-ce qu'elle était dure.
On the other hand, the special was very hard, very tough, but it was beautiful. Camille, at each checkpoint, she screamed in the car, so happy to pass the checkpoint. We had no idea where we were during the stage. We drove. It's a total surprise for us, but we're so happy. Because we've been waiting for this Africa race for so long. It's been 2 years. And after the second stage in Morocco, we were so disappointed because we knew that there was nothing left to play. So we said to ourselves that we had to at least make a top 5 for special. So finishing first is completely unexpected, but we're so happy.
Inespéré pour nous, mais on est tellement contents.
The classification of this 10th stage is therefore as follows. Victory for the 258 in 6 hours, 39 minutes and 44 seconds with a 2-minute 38 lead on David Gerard. In third position, Philippe Gosselin, and first truck, that of Tom Czech in 10th. In the general, no change. The 204 is still in the lead ahead of Jean Dagger-Hayek's SSV. The Dutchman Meyer is third, Tom Czech and his Tatra are fifth. Tomorrow, the final Mauritanian stage and the final dunes to cross before arriving in Senegal. A last bit of navigation, a final challenge. That's it for today, and as usual, we now leave you with some of the most beautiful images of the day. See you tomorrow.